What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, unfortunately, for a movie like Marvel Studios' Blade, which has already been delayed multiple times and is the first silver screen casualty for the writer's strike, it was set to start filming at the end of May, even though it was amidst its third rewrite, and now they won't resume pre-production and filming until the writer's strike is over. Well, there have been a ton of updates about castings and rumors for the plot, some of which we've broken down in full here at the channel, and I strongly suggest if you didn't watch my video on Lilith, which I'll link at the end of this, you do, because there's a lot going on with that character, some of which we'll talk briefly about during this video. But the latest update that has now been corroborated multiple times, to me, is the most exciting, because it not only speaks about the type of film that Blade is going to be, the type of film that Blade had to be, but it also opens up the door for the future of the MCU and things that Marvel wasn't willing to do before, apparently they feel willing to do now, because Blade is actually going to be a rated R film. We're going to break down what Kevin Feige has said about this in the past, why this is such a shocker, and what it really means for the future of the MCU going forward now that the door is open to a rated R label beyond the Deadpool franchise. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. In fact, we just announced a brand new winner days ago. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment on this video if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so the update comes from Daniel Rickman, RPK, who has now iterated several times that regardless of Marvel Studios' previous stance on not doing rated R films, Blade will be announced to in fact be rated R. Now, Kevin Feige is pretty candid on record at length multiple times about why they wouldn't do this, and this is what he said most recently in an interview with comicbook.com. I think we target everything we're doing for kids and adults. So I think your question is more adult or R-rated. Other than Deadpool, which has already established itself as a certain genre and a certain rating that we already said we were not going to mess with, other than that, we haven't encountered a story or a storyline or a character's journey that a PG-13 rating or the tone or the ratings that we've been using up until this point has prevented us from telling. We haven't been held back by it. If we ever are, then certainly there can be a discussion that can be had, but that just hasn't been the case. We've told all the stories we wanted to tell with the tonality and the rating we have now. Now, it might shock you to find out that, in fact, when asked point blank, Mahershala Ali himself, the new Blade, said he didn't think that the Blade film had to be rated R, but something major has changed, and I really think it has a lot to do with the current fabric of what's going on in the MCU. First and foremost, we know that Mahershala Ali was upset with the first draft, not only because it was short, but because the action scenes were said to be extremely limited and lackluster. As you start to approach what this film needed to look like and comparing it to the original Blade films, as I've said many times at the channel, the sentiment is don't just make Blade for the sake of it. Make a new Blade film if you can do better than the originals. Those films, like the opening scene with all of the blood in the rave, that is just so hard to do without a rated R rating that I'm guessing once they got into the rewrites, the actual brass tacks of this, brought in a second writer in Michael Starbury, brought in the third writer in Nick Pizzolatto, once it actually starts to take shape and they start talking about what they want to do with the action sequences and the film, I think it probably became very apparent and very fast that not only with the subject matter, but with the amount of blood alone, it needed an R rating to do the story justice, and that's why I used the quote I did after the prologue from Kevin Feige, was because he said up until now they didn't have that problem. Obviously, Blade is the first film and story where they said, wait, we need this rated R rating to make it the film we want it to be, which is great for a Marvel fan base where a majority of us are well over the age to watch rated R films, and something that's possibly been missing from the action sequences. And of course, this isn't Marvel Studios' fault, but man, watching a Maximum Carnage movie that's rated PG-13 is just such a letdown. And now with Kraven being rated R, hopes for Venom 3 to be rated R as well. I think Sony and Marvel are realizing that their fan base is growing up and rather fast. They say they aim everything at adults and kids, but a majority of us still watching the MCU and 15 years deep are well into our adulthood now. Now, other things have taken place at Marvel Studios, I think, to make this a little bit easier. Obviously, Deadpool will be coming out and very close in proximity to Blade, so they'll be having those two movies run at the same time, rated R. It'll have the same violence and the same feel. And they have plenty of other projects, both on the silver screen and Disney Plus, that can appeal to kids as well. So the production upping that they've done here, whether or not they need to tone back at all, the amount of things they're putting out has allowed there to be more room for, say, a one-off for rated R. But I think this is a sign of things to come, and the door was really opened with Werewolf by Night, which has been the most, if I should say, mature project Marvel Studios has done, with the amount of blood they were willing to show, the violence and the scariness. They took the success of that project, the feedback from the fans who said, this is awesome, we want more of this, and it just helps push that idea at Marvel Studios that, again, we're all adults, and some of these projects will be way better if they're rated R. And I'm so glad that Marvel Studios has decided to get with it, because guys, listen, while we can talk about the fandom and what they're doing with the characters, and a majority of what we talk about at this channel is based on that and the plots and all the stuff that goes into it, there are people who put on a shirt and tie and a jacket every day who only worry about the numbers as it pertains to these movies. Executive producers, bottom line people. That's why a new CEO was brought in the first place. When a movie like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania ends up losing money overall, I don't want to get into the numbers with you guys, but remember, theaters keep half. So even if it made 600 or something million globally, guys, it lost money overall in the tens of millions. They just won't continue to make them if they're losing money. And so they take a look at this, they see that a lot of us in our demographic are old enough to watch rated R movies, and they know if they put out a PG-13 Blade, it probably won't be the hit that it can be if it's rated R. So yes, you're gonna lose some kid viewers that won't be able to see the film, but whatever you lose in kid viewers, you're gonna gain back tenfold in the adult viewers that actually wanna see a rated R Blade. So my hope is going forward, obviously, they do more rated R projects. And no, you shouldn't expect that we're going to get a rated R Avengers movie anytime soon. There's still going to be a ton of characters that are aimed at kids like Miss Marvel or, say, America Chavez, who they want to make sure are retaining that PG-13 rating so they can watch their whole story arc. Other teams like the Midnight Suns, who have characters like the Punisher and Blade on them, perhaps that can start to be the rated R storyline, where kid viewers who like some of the characters that they do aren't going to miss out on the overall arc. Even that said, some of the kid viewers watching this will be rated R watchers by the end of the multiverse. Time goes by very fast, and if Marvel Studios is going to continue to roll on for the next 10 years. But look, Marvel movies being rated R has been something that I think has been missing the entire time. I think Logan and Deadpool proved that films can be rated R, can be extremely violent, and still be a Marvel film, and it is about time Marvel Studios decided to embrace that as well. Again, you don't need a rated R Avengers title or a rated R Ant-Man title, but you do need a rated R Blade title, because there needs to be blood, and hopefully Sony's looking at Kraven, they're looking at this, and they'll do the same with Venom 3. It's about time we got a Venom movie that's actually rated R. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below, as always, in the comments. I'm pretty sure I know where everybody stands. It's going to be a resounding thumbs up. But hey, if you are the one outsider or dissenter who wants this to all stay PG-13, put it in the comments. I am all ears as always. Look, if you want a Blade movie with no blood, I don't know who you are out there. If you're drinking microwaved milk or what the heck is going on, but you know, hey, I feel you. Actually, I don't at all, but you know, let me know down in the comments quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We are still giving away PlayStations at the channel. We just announced a brand new winner with Guardians the other day. We're going to continue to do that throughout the year, and just for the history of the channel, we've always been giving away PlayStations. It's what we do. It's a thank you to the community, and it's super simple to be entered to win. Just hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, with original music under the name All Fires. Also, friendly reminder, guys, anybody can steal anybody's profile picture, claim to be one of your favorite content creators, tell you you've won something, and then ask you to pay for shipping, which used to happen on YouTube literally over the last year. For like 6 months, it was going strong. I could not delete the comments fast enough. They disappeared for about a month, but now they are back. So friendly reminder to stay safe on my YouTube channel, other YouTube channels across the entire platform, really any access you have to any account. Anybody can claim to be someone. No YouTuber that I know will ever tell you to contact them on Telegram or WhatsApp. No YouTuber will ever ask you to pay for shipping for something you've won, and we don't give away prizes daily. I definitely don't contact you in the comments. So please be safe, report those comments to YouTube. It's a huge service to all of us, because not only are you helping me out by getting rid of them, which again, I spend at least an hour a day, twice a day, trying to delete them as fast as I can when they get posted, but they'll delete them across YouTube. So you're saving my community here at the channel and everybody's community from having to deal with them wherever else they've posted. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. YouTube tells us they know, they tell us they're working on it. But again, you know, as soon as they set up new rules for a system, these guys just go to work trying to figure out how to exploit it. And it's super annoying. And again, I apologize. I do as much as I can to try to restrict it. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay vigilant, don't give anybody your information, and certainly nobody charges for shipping. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.